Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. I am just back from the shop after dropping the kids off at school and skipping my way down to go and get some supplies. I'm going to show you a little bit of what's going on in my absolute chaotic house at the moment, and yeah, we're going to tackle it today. So I'm going to show you what I normally do when the boys go to school once I've dropped them off, and yeah, I've left the sound on this time. So yeah, I've had a few comments saying, don't speed it up or don't cut out the sound. So here it is. I picked up some bits from the shop which I'm going to do for dinner tonight, and this is the chaos that I'm going to be tackling. But I think we all do it, don't we? We rush around to get the kids to school, making sure they're clean, making sure they're sorted, and neglect everything else and then come home to it once we've dropped them off at school. I'm sure sometimes the kids think I just come home from school and just put my feet up. If only that was the case. But here we are with all the chaos, and I'm going to be doing it all, and the sun's actually out. Although it's a bit cloudy, the sun's out, so I'm going to try and get some washing outside as well. I'm also being a bit more sensible when it comes to doing meals. So I got these spaghetti for like 40 odd p, jars of sauce for £1.30 each, and these were £1.95 for some garlic bread. So I thought I'm going to add some onion, add some cheese, make a nice little cheap but tasty dinner for tonight that isn't costing an absolute fortune, because we all know that prices are going up all the time and it's absolutely diabolical. Sometimes I go down the shop and I think I'm just going to spend like £7 or £8, get what we need, and it's like I come out and I've spent over £30, and this is daily. I'm like, where is it all going? Because I don't feel like I'm eating that much, but it's definitely leaving my bank. Anyway, I always start with the dishwasher, because if I don't sort the dishwasher out the night before, I don't sleep very well. So if my worktops are not clear and tidy, it does play on my mind, and that probably sounds crazy to some people, but it's a real bugbear of mine. And I found myself up at 1:48 in the morning looking at my phone going, oh my god, it's 1:48 in the morning. I so wish I did that dishwasher. I so wish I cleared the worktops, but I didn't. I was so tired, and I'll go into more detail as to why that was a bit later on. But I'm doing it now because loading up the dishwasher means it gives you all that workspace, and it just clears the way so that you can then carry on with what it is you need to do. But yeah, I'm going back to work tomorrow. I've been off nearly a year due to having like full body pains, just things weren't right in myself. I've had various tests, various ops and all sorts. So I'm going back tomorrow, and I'm really looking forward to it. Stacking up on some treats here for the boys. When they get home, they're going to be super happy about this. But yeah, so I really want to get everything organised. But the reason I didn't sleep very great is because, one, I didn't do the worktops and the dishwasher. I know it sounds crazy, but that's just how I am. And also, I spent some time yesterday catching up on my training. So like online training, learning about foods and allergies and things like that before I go back into work, and my brain's just been frazzled. Like 1 minute my YouTube analytics were going down and everything was like going into the red, and the next minute it's all going up and it's all in the green, which I'm not joking, I am literally buzzing for it. I'm so happy and I'm so grateful. And then 1 minute I'm not at work, I don't see myself going back to work, everything seems to be a battle, everything is breaking, and I've got more of that coming, let me tell you. I will tell you that in a bit. And then the next minute I'm going back to work. So like in a couple of days I've gone from everything falling apart to everything just picking up, and yeah, my brain is just frazzled. So I'm just going to quickly nip these out, take them out to the recycling. I absolutely love taking stuff out for recycling. Like we have 2 recycling bins because, we are a large family. Ew, look at this. This is vinegar. It stinks, right? Nick actually spilt loads of it in the kitchen the other day, and I was fuming. I was like, the kitchen stinks. But yeah, it's some van parts, or I don't know, something he does for work that he's cleaning these in vinegar. So it's pretty grim. I absolutely hate the smell of vinegar. I love it on chips, but I hate it for smelling. It's disgusting. Like, I don't buy products, even if they're like absolutely fantastic and people say, oh, you know, try white vinegar and things like that. I can't bring myself to do it because I cannot stand the smell. But I've lost track of where I was, but that doesn't really matter. I ramble so much, as you probably already know. But yeah, it's just been a really crazy couple of days. I'm just, yeah, shocked by it, really. But I was thinking the other day, so I was walking back from the shop and I was thinking, I have always wanted to do my house up, and that is something that I'm doing this year, especially now I'm going back to work. I can financially be able to do the house up how I wanted to. So I'm going to be on that, and I will share that with you because I'm really looking forward to it, and there is so much that needs to be upgraded. There's so much needs to be done. First thing is definitely the boys' carpet, my eldest son's carpet. I want to change the carpet in the hallway. You'll see that in a minute because I cannot stand it. It's just, I don't know. I loved it when it was first down, but no, I just can't stand it. I want something a bit more light and airy, but at the same time, I don't want something that's going to mark and stain really easily, and it's going to be a nightmare to keep clean because, as I showed you in my kids' bedroom clean up the other day, it just becomes a nightmare, and I can't be getting out the carpet cleaner like every other day. So yeah, I'm thinking about what's the best way to do that. I might actually varnish the stairs and get those rods that go up and have like a center bit of carpet, like black with like gold rods or something. Do you know what I mean? I've got it all in my head, and I quite like the idea of having like black finishings in the hallway as well. But because it is such a close, small little space, I'm worried it might make it darker. I mean, we did take the banister off a few years back and that opened it up brilliantly. But I don't know. All these ideas we have in our heads to change our houses. But one thing you should never do, and that is never, ever, ever look online and see other people's houses and then feel like, oh, do you know what? I just can't. My house is never going to look like that, so just give up. I find that is the most depressing and lowering feeling that you can get when you watch anything on social media. And I have been in that mindset. I've been there so many times where I've just watched endless YouTube videos and I've looked on Instagram and I've thought, oh, I wish my house could be like that. I'm never going to have a house like that. And then I feel like giving up on my house. That's what it makes you feel like. You either, you know, everyone's different. I suppose you either really up your game and you really go for it. But I think the majority of us just like, it brings us down. And I hate that feeling. So every time I do small little things to the house, it makes me feel so much happier. Like it can be something really simple, like changing the kettle or putting a rug into the front room or moving the front room around. Anything like that just really lifts my mood. It doesn't have to be Instagram perfect. And I don't want my house to look like I've just walked into a next showroom because I feel like it has no character. Wine. Yep. Beyond that this weekend. You know, your house can start to feel like it has no character. It doesn't have a feeling. And I really like when I go to people's houses and they're just quirky, they're unique. You know, there's things dotted about the house that are special little trinkets that, I don't know, the kids have done or something, and it's not Instagram perfect. It's such a shame that the world today is literally based on, well, your house doesn't look like the houses I've been looking at on Instagram late at night when I can't sleep, because it's such a really miserable place to be. Miserable. I need to learn to speak. Anyway, enough of that. Going on to clean the cooker. So it is actually clean. It just needs a clean over. Do you know what I mean? It's not like it's, oh, how it was when I did clean the cooker. Jesus. Yeah, that was pretty grim. One thing I do really want to do is behind this cooker here, as you can see, is a little bit of blue. Now, the previous people in this house obviously had something there, which is the reason why those tiles have been removed. But even though I'm changing the cooker very soon, I'm going to get one of those like double big ones. I want to tile that back wall before I do it, because I cannot stand that blue bit that just sticks out and stares at me. It's looking at me like, why have you not sorted me out yet? But I will get onto it. I feel a lot better once I've had a good clean up, and usually I spend about 2 hours doing the tidying and cleaning and just topping up everything that needs to be tidied and cleaned while the kids are at school. And then I've got time to just relax for a little bit, catch up on things, do a bit more of my training, and yeah, just prep everything before the kids come home. What I will be doing tonight is making all their lunches, setting out their uniforms, packing all their bags and laying their shoes out so that they've got everything they need, because I won't be here in the morning. I will be leaving the house at 5:30 in the morning because I still can't drive my car until I've got the tyres fixed, and then I will be walking to work. I will be there till 2 p.m. and then I will walk home, and then I will walk down and go and pick up the kids from school. And I've got that for the next 3 days. But I've done it before. It's okay. I'm going to be absolutely wrecked. I'm going to be absolutely tired as hell. But next week I'm getting my car fixed. So I will be extremely grateful for that. I've never been so thankful to have a car in my life. Like, learning to drive was probably one of the best things I've done, you know, like personally for myself. Although I did learn automatic. I can't drive a manual. I did it for 6 months and I got worse. Here's something funny for you. I was doing my manual driving lessons and I remember getting to the seafront and I stalled the car again, and I literally instantly sweated. You know when you sweat to the point where you actually feel your armpits give that kind of like tingle, like a prickle? I sweated and the guy was like, it's fine, you're absolutely fine. And I'm like, I can't take anymore. I literally had a freak out. I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. I refused to drive. Then I went on to automatic, and in my first lesson the guy was like, you're ready for test, you don't need any more lessons. Unfortunately though, I did fail it. And I failed my first test, and that was due to I didn't go fast enough up the South Downs, and I should have stopped at a crossing even though there was nobody there. Another reason was I had someone pull out and speed up the hill as I was on that road, and they overtook me and I got blamed for it. So yeah, I guess I was just one of those numbers that had to fail that day because they can only pass so many. But on my second test I did pass. I was over the moon. I was driving absolutely everywhere because I was so happy about it. So if you're looking at doing your driving lessons, or you're in your driving lessons and you're not coping with manual, do not feel that pressure that you have to. There's no one telling you you've got to do manual. Yeah, it can be a bit more harder to find a car. You know, you've got to find an automatic. But an automatic is so easy. Anybody that drives an automatic will tell you it's literally like getting in a go-kart. So easy. And it takes the pressure off. So I'm going to be getting the Hoover out now, and you're going to hear it. So I have turned the volume down so it's not too loud, but we're going in with the Hoover. Sprinkling on some of this beautiful smell yet again. I love this. Like when I go and pick up the boys and then I come back through the front door, I can smell it and it's just like, oh, so nice. But it's actually starting to come together now, and I'm feeling so much better for it. Because I know when the Hoover comes out, it's pretty much my last thing. Although I do need to steam mop the floors. The only thing is I didn't get my steam mop out in this video because I was feeling it. I'm not going to lie. I've been doing so much lately, and I know that I'm overworking myself. If any of you have like arthritis or fibromyalgia, anything like that, then you know that you have limits and you can reach that limit, and then it's like, I have to stop now, because if I don't, I'm going to cause myself to have a flare up. And I did feel that coming on, so I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. I will steam mop the floors tonight before I go to bed, and then they can dry overnight and they'll be perfectly fine for when the kids get up in the morning, because I won't be here. But yeah, moving on to the front room now. Trying to get Chase out of the front room as well, because I'm about to sprinkle some more of that stuff onto the rug. I find the rug the hardest to hoover That's because we've got guinea pigs, and obviously when you have guinea pigs, you get them out for cuddles, you get them out for play, and the boys, first thing they do when they come home from school is go to the guinea pigs. And that's usually what happens. They'll pick them up, excuse me, they'll pick them up and they will drag all the hay and all the sawdust with them, and it gets into the rug, and it's so hard to hoover up. If I was to open up my hoover and show you what's inside it, it's literally like a guinea pig cage because it's full of hay and sawdust. Every time the bin men come, the first thing I do is empty the hoover straight into the bin, because honestly, this hoover is absolutely brilliant though. I got it from Argos when I was doing my cleaning job, and it was for my cleaning job. But because I can't do that now, I use the hoover for the home. But I am looking to get another one. I'd like a more upright one, something a bit smaller. Any recommendations? Shark or Vax? I've had Vax before, wasn't overly impressed, so I might try a Vax one. Not a Vax one, a Shark one. After I've done everything, I always make myself a cup of tea, and that's what I'm doing right now. Cup of tea, have a little bite to eat, sit down, put my feet up, check my socials, check my emails. Trying to find my favourite cup at the moment. Everyone has a particular favourite, and this one is one of mine. And yeah, just go through things before I then go and pick up the kids from school. Everything's been refilled. I filled up the sugar, I filled up the tea. And did I fill up the tea? I can't remember if I did. No, I didn't. Oh, I'm slacking at my job. Feeling the strain. I can feel, honestly, I'm not joking. If you suffer with fibromyalgia, you feel it coming. Like something just hits you and you're like, I can feel it. So yeah, I'm starting to feel it now. So there, I'm done. This is what I'm doing for today. I've got to still empty out the washing machine, hang up a few more bed sheets that were on top of the washing machine, and iron on my uniform for tomorrow so that I can go in looking ironed and clean. I am feeling a little bit anxious about going back in tomorrow because I've got to get back into the swing of it, but I think that's just normal. And hopefully, I do remember everything that I'm supposed to do. I remember how to bake in there. I remember all the oven settings. I remember how to do pretty much all of it. I think it's just the nerves of like being off work for almost a year. It's just that feeling of, gosh, I've got to, really get back into it and be at my best. And yeah, I am feeling it a little bit, but I know once I've got in there, especially when I've seen some of my colleagues who I've missed so much, I'll be absolutely fine. And not going to lie, as soon as I get that wage slip come through, I'm going to be even happier. But thank you so much for being here. I hope you're all doing really, really good. I'm going to chill out now and have a bit of social media time and probably lose myself in about an hour's worth of reels. And I will see you in my next one. But I really hope you're all doing really, really good. And yeah, stay happy, stay focused, and yeah, we're all good. We're all good. Spring is coming and we're going to be enjoying the sunshine very, very soon. Thank you again for being here, and I will see you in my next one.